There's a writer in England called Peter Ackroyd who wrote a book called Hawksmoor, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, about churches designed by an architect who was a pupil of Christopher Wren's. But he was also a pagan and had built them on grave sites throughout London. So they form the shape, these five form the shape of a pentacle. It was a very powerful book and quite scary. And Leon Kossoff, the painter, must have been absolutely thunderstruck by this book, because he left his home, which he very rarely does, and went and found this church, Christ Church, in the East End of London, and started painting it obsessively.
What impact has the internet had on artistic expression?
My need for the arts is changing, really, in my... Well, it could only change in my own lifetime, couldn't it? But it's the only lifetime I'm aware of.
Why are infomercials compelling to so many people?
It doesn't really leave much room for personalized images.
Can you explain Cubism?
It's an experience of a kind, but it certainly isn't an aesthetic one. I mean, they really were unique at one time. And a painting, people used to go and stand next to a painting thinking they'll get culturally more kind of aesthetic.
Is there a difference between commercial art and so-called non-profit art?
I didn't know there was such a thing. Experiences, I think...
Mustard or ketchup?
When you're watching a band, I mean, you're taking into... There's no room left. You look at the buildings in the old town of Barcelona, for instance, and you take it for granted that those buildings are back in the time that they were built in. They're not in the 21st century. And you kind of think that those buildings are thinking back then as well.
Better take care. Think I better go, better get a room, better take care of me. Again and again. I think about this and I think about personal history. Better take care. I breathe so deep when the movie gets real, when the star turns round. Again and again. Looks me in the eye, says he's got his mind on the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Forever. I'm saying that I'm gonna be living until the end of time. Forever. The sky splits over to a dull red skull. My head hangs low, cause it's all over now. And there's never gonna be enough money. And there's never gonna be enough drugs. And I'm never ever gonna get old. There's never gonna be enough laughs. There's never gonna be enough sex. And I'm never ever gonna get old. So I'm never ever gonna get high. And I'm never ever gonna get low. And I'm never ever gonna get old. The moon flows on to the edges of the world because of you. Again and again. And I'm awake in an age of light and living it because of you. Better take care. I'm looking at the future solid as a rock because of you. Again and again. Wanna be here and I wanna be there, living just like you, living just like me. Forever. Putting on my gloves and I bury my bones in the marshland. Forever. Think about my soul, but I don't need a thing, just the ring of the bell and the pure clean air. I'm running down the speed of life. I'm never gonna let you die. And I'm never ever gonna get old. And I'm never ever gonna get. I'm never ever gonna get.
When you read a book, or see a movie, or go to the theatre, go and see an art show, do you experience those things in musical terms?
And you get 5 or 6 seconds in front of each painting. I think of them now much more as symbols, as a form of vocabulary.
That's because of the proliferation of all of them.
So much more music. There's so much more visual and tactile things. I think it's always been like that over here. You go on those big, huge trips around
Black, white, or grey?
I think they don't have a uniqueness. There's no room left for your imagination to
Do
work.
buildings have personalities?
Well, again, it's us always. It's always us, isn't it?
We give buildings personalities, like we give paintings power.
Imaginary little visions. I can hear the supernatural. Really as convinced. It's just over there on my left. Iconic.
Manna from heaven, kind of
Thoughts on those
attributes
things
of art,
are
visual,
wondering.
tactile.
I'm very
things
tired.
around. I think they don't have the.
Do you believe
they
in the
don't have
supernatural?
the uniqueness. I don't think that.
Some of them are built like buildings. We have buildings that
Do you
stand
think
in for the
recorded music can never
personification of
achieve the
something or
experience
other.
of live music?
When you're listening to music, maybe I'm a bit of a herd.
Are you cold?
I think
artist is
imaginary
the new
little
entertainment.
visions.
It's definitely
You're listening or as entertainment, which is fine. I don't mind music itself. Where are we? Help me off this question.
Well, again, it's us always. It's always us, isn't it?
Without being quite so.
My need for the arts is
Oh, that's so terribly sad. That question.
Streets don't move, empty, smell metal, weeds between buildings, pictures on my hard drive, but I'm the luckiest guy. Not the loneliest guy. Steam on the floor, shots by the mirror's frame. Clouds scream low, no sign, no nothing now. But I'm the luckiest guy, not the loneliest guy. All the pages that have turned, all the errors left unlearned. Oh, but I'm the luckiest guy, not the loneliest guy in the world. Not me. Not me. promised me the ending would be clear. You'd let me know when the time was now. Don't let me know when you're opening the door. Stop me in the dark, let me disappear. Memories that flutter like bats out of hell stop you from the city spires. Life wasn't worth the balance or the crumpled paper it was written on. Don't let me know we're invisible. Don't let me know we're invisible. Hot cash days that you trailed around, cold, cold nights under chrome and glass led me down a river of perfume limbs, sent me to the streets with a good time girl. Don't let me know we're invisible. Don't let me know we're invisible. We could dance, dance, dance through the fire. Dance, dance, dance through the fire. Feed me no lies. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Breathe through the years. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Bring me the disco king. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Dead or alive, bring me the disco king. 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 Spin-offs with those who slept like corpses, damp morning rays in the stiff bat clubs, killing time in the 70s, smelling of love through the moist winds. Don't let me know when you're opening the door. Close me in the dark, let me disappear. Soon there'll be nothing left of me, nothing left to release. Dance, dance, dance through the fire. Dance, dance, dance through the fire. Feed me no lies. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Breathe through the years. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Bring me the disco king. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Dead or alive, bring me the disco king. 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 Bring me the disco king.
we started talking about the supernatural. That's the sound of death. That's what it sounds like when you're dead. Doors opening.
No, it's because of the privilege. So much more music, visual, tactile things around. And it's an experience of a kind, but it certainly is. I don't mind that. It affects it. You know, it's definitely now murder. I think of them now much more. Again, it's us. It's always us. As symbols, as a form of vocabulary. Room left your imagination to work. I think that's really the biggest thing. Where are we?
And the spiritual neutral of the arts.
No. I'm not quite so at the spiritual level. Why not? You can hear all these sounds that have just emerged since we started talking about the supernatural. I mean, we give buildings personalities, like we give music qualities that really the writer wasn't. Let's face the music and dance. Don't ever say I'm ready. I'll never say I'm better. Don't ever say I'm ready. I'll never say I'm better than you. All the corners of the buildings. Who but we remember these? The sidewalks and trees. I'm thinking now. I got a better way. I discovered the star. I got a better way. Ready, set, go. I got a better way. I'm looking at the star. I got a better way. Ready, set, go. I got a better way. The stars in your eyes. I got a better way. Ready, set, go. I got a better way. I discovered the star. I got a better way. Ready, set, go. See my life in the comic, like the way they did the Bible, with the bubbles and action, the little details in color. First a horseback bomber, just a small thin chance. That's seeing Jesus on dateline, like the stars in the night. Let's face the music and dance. Don't ever say I'm ready. I'll never say I'm better.